It's so far the largest single raid carried out by Nigeria's Economic and Financial Crimes Commission.
We have never seen this kind of industrial scale.
792 suspects arrested.
Their audacity is unrivaled.
The details are chilling and mind-boggling.
We also discovered that some of them were ex-convicts.
This was the height of massive cyber fraud in plain sight.
We decided to bust them.
Sometime in November 2024, Abba Sambo Usman, who has the Advanced Fee Fraud section of the Lagos 2 Zonal Directorate of the EFCC, received crucial intelligence about a sophisticated cybercrime syndicate led by foreign nationals operating right in the heart of the Nigerian commercial capital, Lagos.
So following that intelligence, I brought it to the attention of my then Zonal Director, Mr. Michael Wetkas. So he authorized the commencement of surveillance to ascertain the veracity of the information that we received and to develop strategies for essentially combating the threat and executing a successful operation there.
The intelligence would be escalated to the highest level of the organization.
We processed intelligence and we realized it was actionable and proved that the intelligence should be investigated, and we set up our apparatus. Obviously, we monitor their activities for close to 3 weeks through our various tactical and surveillance operational approaches, and we confirmed that these guys were actually there carrying out nefarious activities in violation of our financial crimes laws.
The intense surveillance would reveal a trove of shocking information.
They recruit their workers online and physically based on recommendation from the people already working with them. They get more other people to come. So once you are put through the recruitment process, which is to first of all test your typing skill and how fast you are in typing. Once you've passed the typing test, that is your speed is what fits into what they want, they recruit you. Once you are recruited, you are moved to the next line. The next line is a place where the supervisors will give you a new identity. At that level, they say, who is your name? And once you tell them your real name, they say, okay, from now henceforth, they give you a name, usually name of a female, and then you answer that name, and then they create a profile for you, and that profile has a lady's picture, beautiful lady, and then you use that particular name they had given you, and then they bump into foreign numbers and you commence communication with your would-be victims.
So it's people, when they employ you, all you have to do, the responsibility is to create fake profiles on dating sites. So they go to dating sites, get pictures of beautiful female or male, it doesn't matter, because the targets can either be male or female. The case. So one is, the responsibility is to open 10 to 15 fake profiles per day. So when they're able to create those fake profiles, then it moves to the next level. They call them the developers. They are the ones that initiate the communication. The communication commences like normal romance relationship. So once they're able to develop that relationship, communication, when there is consistent communication with the victim on the other side, then they begin to introduce like a business idea. They begin to pretend as if they are into a certain type of investment activity, that this is what I'm doing and I'm making profit from it. Thus trying to sell the idea that there is something profitable taking place, that the other party at the other end can partake and make profit too. That is essentially how it takes place. So once that communication has been established and is going on well, the Chinese or the foreign syndicates take over. So it is there, they have dedicated a website where they send or direct the victim for the investment. So once the investment is made, they defraud the person, and then because they have taken over the communication, our Nigerian syndicate members don't have any idea of how much was defrauded or exactly where the money went to, essentially creating a kind of buffer. If they are arrested, then they don't have any information as to actually how the real fraud took place.
In the evening of Tuesday, December 10th, 2024, just weeks after the reception of the intelligence, EFCC personnel in an operation codenamed Eagle Flush launched a surprise raid on the building where the syndicate had been operating from. It's an imposing 7-story complex known as Big Leaf Building on number 7 Oyejolayemi Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. The syndicate had clearly been operating in plain sight.
First of all, we discovered that quite a number of them were foreigners. From Asia, from Eastern Europe, from Northern Africa. And their modus operandi is something that was a bit strange or different from the regular Yahoo, activities that we are used to. Regular internet, fraudsters that we are used to. We discovered that these guys came in with a mind of using the identity of Nigerians to perpetrate their crime. And it's mind-boggling that we discovered that about 194 of them, now from various countries. So they formed the syndicate. If it were to be just a group of people from a particular country, that would have followed the normal trend, pattern that we are used to. Now, all these people were able to get themselves together from various continents, and now they are able to create that criminal cell in Nigeria was quite mind-boggling. Another thing that we also discovered was that it's not just only Nigerians Nigeria that they are operating. They are operating in other countries in Africa. They are operating in other parts of Europe. They are also operating in other parts of Asia. So those are things that we were able to discover. And also we discovered that the propensity of their activities being linked to financing of terrorism, that's also another mind-boggling area that we are also looking at.
You look at it, the place was located at a very highbrow area. And if you look at that building at number 7 Oyejolayemi in Victoria Island, Lagos, you think it's a financial institution, you think it's a bank. So anybody who was recruited in that place was likely to think that he had a very, very profitable and legitimate venture. So most of the Nigerians, that was what they thought they were into, but just to later discover that it was something else.
I am surprised in the sense that they have the audacity to set up such a big cybercrime operation in the heart of Victoria Island in Lagos. But the issue of being in plain sight, it is actually not in plain sight. They have taken steps to cover their track that if you don't actually know, you will never know that that is what is happening. Now, in the building that they rented, the fence, they used some metal sheets to cover the whole of the face of the building and painted it black. There is no one walking across the street. You look to the side of the building, you will get an idea of what is happening because it's completely blocked. Now, they have a hostel where they house the Nigerian cyber criminals. They ferry them from that location in buses that have tinted glasses. So they will move them from the hostel, check them into the premises, and then they proceed to their office. Just walking by, anybody casually walking by would never know that that type of criminal activity is taking place. And I think the main reason why people got to know is because they are always looking for new employees. So because people come to take the test, so that's how the word began to go around that this is happening in so place. So it's actually in plain sight, but it's pretty much concealed that the ordinary person on the street will not actually know.
In all, 792 suspects were arrested in Operation Eagle Flush. They include 148 Chinese, 40 Filipinos, 2 Kazakhstanis, 1 Pakistani and 1 Indonesian. The others are Nigerians.
For us to discover that a syndicate of such a large number was operating in an environment, going in and out, and foreigners for that matter, every day was a bit of a surprise for me. And nobody alerted us until, we got actionable intelligence by ourselves and we acted on it. So whichever way you look at it, I think it was something that actually got the nation jolted, as it were, and also got us jolted. Because you discover that nowhere has such number of arrests been made in one single operation.
Our blockchain analysis of the activities revealed that their funding was coming from another fraudulent activity. We discovered that there was one Conti.iv in that particular scheme. It's a foreign scheme. It was done abroad. And then our investigation revealed that in that scheme they had raked in over $97 million. And then it is from that fund that was sent to a particular wallet, and then in USDT, digital currency, and that money came in, and then it was cashed into fiat currency here in Nigeria, and that was what they used to establish the business in Nigeria.
Most of the funds were received using cryptocurrency. It's a team that worked on that. Despite their best effort, I don't think they will be able to uncover exactly the total amount of funds that were defrauded. What I learned from the informant is that if the team has succeeded in defrauding any victim, a bonus is usually shared. And then if it's the hit is actually big, the bonus will be given to virtually everybody. They are shared in different floors, different wings. So they just share the bonus to them.
Operatives of EFCC combed the entire floors of the complex, retrieving a trove of evidence confirming this was a sophisticated international crime syndicate with elaborate infrastructure in place being used to carry out their crimes.
They've been attacking our telecoms infrastructure. They have their base station. They came with about 2 base stations that we discovered. We have confiscated them, where they can make calls here with to an American line, and you will think they are calling from US. Yeah, you think that call is initiated, is generated from US itself. When you are making an international call, that's a way they think. But with their own, if you call you think they are in US. Yes, we confiscated over about 260 something foreign lines, over 500 Nigerian ATM telecoms card, SIM card, activated, ready to be used.
We saw that they were using over 1,500 desktops to perpetrate this, and we also stumbled on over 400 mobile phones they were using for this. We also discovered that they were using over 3,000 SIM cards. So their modus is once you get those victims, those numbers were bombed, and then you've started communicating with the numbers, with the people. They start cajoling them into romantic conversations, and then get their attentions. And once you get their attention, you now tell them about this phantom business or investment platform that they offer. And then they ask their victims to register on their platform, which is www.yoto.com. So once you register on that platform, you're already part of them. It's assumed that you are into investment with them and everything. But for you to register on that particular platform, you have to pay some money. It is from $35 upward, $35.50. So you can just imagine bumping like maybe 100 people per day, and maybe even if you end up with about 50 or 20 per day, and you are you raise that kind of registration fee, it's a lot of money over time. So, and that was their modus operandi. They were using impersonation, particularly to achieve what they were doing. And then they were also changing their location through an advanced VPN technology, where they can choose to tell you they are communicating with you from London, from Germany, from Italy, or wherever. It is a deeper look that you now discover that all these communications are coming from Nigeria, because the IP addresses are indicating Nigeria, thereby destroying the image of this country, damaging our image internationally.
They have some foreign females whose pictures that they use in the building. If there is a need to chat with the victims, those females are there whose pictures have been used in the profile. There is a phone line that is linked to each desktop computer that is used in the fraudulent activity that they can use to direct the communication. They have studios set up with ring lights inside that gives the proper ambience or vibe, as we may say in our street slang, that this lady is real, that you are talking to a person who is real. And there are also formats that we have encountered within the building, directing people how to start the communication, what name to use, which county to pretend that you are from, in order to win the confidence of the victim that is on the other side. It's really organized. One doesn't need to have any background in cybercrime or this street criminality for one to be able to succeed. All one has to do is to follow those instructions. There is day 1, this is what you tell him. Day 2, this is what you tell. Day 3, very much organized. Very much organized.
All the suspects would later be moved to the EFCC Directorate in Lagos for proper profiling in preparation for the arraignment in court. But managing the sheer number of the suspects was no mean feat.
Despite the fact that we may have made some operational plans, but the operation, because of the large number of people, over 700 or getting to almost 800 people were arrested in one instant. And then when you have like that large number of people, how much number of operatives do you need to have on ground to control that large number of people? And knowing us Nigerians, who we are, and the potential for us to become unruly when we are in large numbers. So it was really something that I will forever cherish, kind of, with the challenge that we face and how we were able to overcome it.
Many of the suspects have since been taken to court on charges bordering on cybercrime, cyberterrorism, identity theft, among others. Over 100 of them, all foreigners, have now been convicted and sentenced.
Actually, as of 25th of July, about 183 have been convicted. 183. We just have about 7 left. And even out of the 7, 4 have applied to plea bargain and all of that. So we have recorded the substantial resources in the prosecution. Yes, we also had some assets forfeited. That's some virtual assets, crypto assets worth about $200,000. Also, we have been able to secure the the forfeiture of over 1,500 computers and over 4,000 mobile phones. Over 4,000 mobile phones that were confiscated from these people. So you can imagine the extent of these nefarious activities being carried out by these folks. So by and large, we have recorded substantial success in this investigation and prosecution. And I think without being immodest, it's a world record.
As it is now, there are some that are proceeding to full trial, those who have chosen to face and defend the charges against them, and there are some that have chosen to plea bargain. So those who have chosen to go for the full trial are undergoing their trials. They are having their days in court. Those who have chosen to plea bargain, we have disposed of that, and there are still some more in the queue.
Before anybody would want to go into a plea bargain, you must be certain that you have done your work absolutely to the best of your ability, and that the evidence that you have presented are compelling to the extent that they feel that it will be a waste of time for them to go to a full trial. And that is the situation that we find ourselves in. We were able to gather enough evidence to confront them with, and all of them know that they are mostly involved in this crime. With the evidence that you have, a number of them just felt there was no need stretching the legal process, and they came up to plead guilty to the charges that we filed against them.
With the convictions comes a sense of fulfillment for the officers behind the landmark operation.
I am fulfilled because all the effort that we have put into this work is finally yielding result. First of all, it's sending a clear message to the foreigners who are luring our youth into this type of activities that it cannot be tolerated. Secondly, the youth too are also learning that partaking in this criminal activity will not help them, hence making them to change their trajectory into something that is more positive. So if you look at it and the perception across the globe about Nigeria, now it creates the sense that Nigeria is actually doing something to get rid of this type of criminal activities. So I am fulfilled. We have put a lot of effort. We have not let our chairman down. We have brought honor to all the promises that he has made to help Nigerians to fight this type of criminal activities are fulfilled before his very eyes.
Now with this investigation and with the success rate of the prosecution, and the whole world should know that Nigeria will not tolerate such nefarious activities. Nigeria will not be allowed itself to be turned to a safe haven for these criminals. And EFCC will do everything possible to get them at any time, anywhere, and will expose their nefarious activities and ensure that they are prosecuted.
Eagle Flush was not just an operation. It was a powerful statement by Nigeria's anti-graft police that there will be no hiding place for cyber criminals in Nigeria.
Is one of the great landmarks of the EFCC airport, because out there the impression that people are having globally is that it is only Nigerians that are perpetuating internet fraud, that are perpetuating all sorts of financial and dubious thing in Nigeria, in the name of Nigeria. But here we are arresting over 700 people involved in this financial fraud. This is a commendable effort, and we can only give our moral support to this nationalistic work that the EFCC is doing.
For foreigners especially who believe that cyber criminality in Nigeria is a Nigerian affair, this operation has proved one thing, that you have a number of criminal elements who are foreigners coming into Nigeria to establish fraud syndicate in the country, and they pretend or project the image that these things are being done by Nigerians. This operation has proven that it's not Nigerians that are actually driving this criminality. You have foreigners, mostly from the Asian subcontinent, who are in Nigeria doing fraud. But what the investigation that we have conducted over the last couple of months have clearly shown is that the Commission has capacity to detect fraud wherever it is perpetrated in Nigeria. And whether you are Nigerian or you are a foreigner involved in cyber criminality, it's only a matter of time that the EFCC will simply get you. And that is our slogan. It might take time, but wherever you are, we'll get you.
There's hardly anything me and my men will be able to do without the support of Mr. President. The tone is always set at the top, according to the popular saying in our parlance. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given us the right atmosphere to operate. He has given us all the necessary support, and he has assured us that he's going to, encourage us all the way through to ensure that Nigeria become a safe place for foreign direct investment, and anybody who eventually is scammed of his wealth will be restored, as it were. And so it's important for us to give credit to Mr. President, and also to give credit to my men who have been working day and night to ensure that any victim of this crime is restored. And eventually we ensure that anyone who comes to Nigeria to invest will be sure that the environment is safe, the financial ecosystem is sane and is clean for them to carry out their activities.
The world has for long regarded Nigeria as a haven for cyber criminals. The current management and officers of the EFCC are fighting hard to change that narrative, and they are succeeding, one operation at a time. While the fight is a tough one, their commitment and determination are as hard as steel, and their optimism unwavering.
The EFCC has never rested from the one that it was created, and it will never rest. We are even more determined from the leadership down to every single one of us. As the battle gets tougher, we are toughened to always confront it and to continue fighting.
Having had their day in court, convicted and sentenced, the foreign cyber criminals are now being deported to their countries. In collaboration with the EFCC, the Nigeria Immigration Service has now deported over 100 of them.
We also commend the effort of government to deport these bad eggs who have come to this country in the name of doing legitimate business, but ended up actually destroying our reputation, our country, and also training some Nigerians to be doing these fraudulent activities. So deporting them is the right way, and in fact, not only deporting them, banning them completely from coming to Nigeria, because as long as they will come back, they will continue to activate this network of criminals to continue to perpetuate criminality, and the integrity and the name of Nigeria will continue to spoil, because the people they train, they will also spread across the world to continue to commit this kind of atrocities.
We are telling the criminals that EFCC is on them. We are not going to relent. Our men are working almost 24 hours to ensure that we fulfill our mandate and to ensure that we make Nigeria a place that is going to be extremely difficult for them to carry out their inferior activities. And also, as the president of NASIWA is a network of anti-corruption institutions in West Africa. We're trying to syndicate efforts with all my colleagues across West Africa sub-region. And we have agreed to work together to share intelligence, to share information, to ensure that no West Africa countries will serve as safe haven for some of these criminals. So on our part, we will do our best, and the rest of the world need to join hands with us so that we can also make the whole world, a place where anybody can go and have their investments carried out and becomes and not being made a safe haven for criminals. And that's a message to all our colleagues across the world.
All the foreign convicts from Operation Eagle Flush will now be deported after serving their sentence.